a smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Let's Talk Bird Dog coming at you again on a Monday. I'm not sure if we're going to be uploading today, but welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of the support and all the comments that I've gotten from previous podcasts. We are looking to move forward, though, in the most positive direction possible. Matthew, what would you like to talk about in today's podcast?
Nah, I just really want to thank all the people that listened to us last time again.
Yeah, appreciation is real, just like last time, guys.
Yeah. Is your name still Bobby on this podcast,
Nah,
or are you switching it up?
My name is Freddie this time.
Your name's Fred?
Actually, nah, man. You can call me Bobby Jr. I'm gonna be a little kid now. Alright, man.
Yeah, dude. But I got a couple announcements that I want to make.
Oh, what's that?
First one is that we're actually on Spotify now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's actually a big upgrade.
Yeah, dude. It's actually not that hard. It's actually not that hard to get on Spotify. But it's pretty cool to, how like it feels really good to see like your work on a search bar though. It was actually really, it felt really good to see it on there.
Especially on a multi-million-dollar platform, like billion-dollar platform actually, because Spotify is one of the most listened to platforms in terms of podcasts. So it really is awesome to see Let's Talk Bird Dog on that shit.
Yeah, dude. I also have another one that I probably didn't tell you or Thumbwood here. Is that we actually have an Instagram account now.
Oh shit!
On Instagram,
dude.
yeah.
What's the tag?
It's at Let's Talk Bird Dog.
Oh,
I had to get that name before anybody else took it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get that copyright shit, dude. That's what's up, man. I
Yeah,
can't wait
dude.
to see the content that we'll be uploading on there. I'm pretty sure it'll be amazing. But yeah, let's get right on into it. First topic is.
Well, I mean, I feel like we can really talk about anything.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I know, but I wanna implement some type of structure at least. Like maybe, all right. So let's talk about experiences, like different experiences we went through in life. Like last time it was parties, but this time I feel like it should be a little bit different in terms of how we explain it. Like I don't know. Let's go into just something you've been through in the past year that was crazy to you. That
was crazy.
Improved. Let's help you improve in life. Maybe something that you did a year ago that has led you up to where you are now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start off with you. Like what? Matthew, what?
Dude, but you know how like we talked about that we weren't gonna put our jobs in this.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie though, the biggest I would say
you don't have to say the name, just say
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name. It's the biggest accomplishment I had this year, or like growth and learning, would have to be like during the summertime. Well, it has to be last year because like 2019 just started.
Doing what?
It was so our company did like some like college turn, and if anybody that doesn't know that, it's basically we go to these off-campus housings, right? And we basically, when the students move out, so our team goes in and we, we're mainly focused on getting, like painters, cleaners, and like carpet cleaners. It really depends on what the campus housing needs, and then we supply it, and we also manage it. So I had to go out to Illinois and Missouri to like manage like a couple of properties.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy, man. I had like the property manager yelling at me for like 16 days straight.
Right.
And like it was just torture. Like you would work from like 6 a.m. all the way until like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning type of thing. And then like sometimes you would only eat like once a day. I lost a lot of weight. I would say that was one of the biggest accomplishments. I lost some weight too.
All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of background on this. I know exactly what Matthew's talking about. I work with him on the exact job. It's student housing developments. It's just renovation and essentially making the new complexes look, or not the new complexes, but the old complexes look better for the new incoming students. I didn't actually go out to a property myself, but I kind of managed from the air, so I was kind of like a bird in the sky, essentially.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't get to go through that experience. I'm glad that you learned to, or actually took that and fucking, you know.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Also, you know, Thumbwood Hair was also on one, because we actually all worked together. And you know, that's really how I kind of knew you.
Yeah, that's how we actually met.
But I knew Thumbwood Hair for a minute. We both actually knew Thumbwood Hair for a long time.
Yeah.
And but we just never knew each other. But which is funny that this company kind of bring us together too.
Yeah. Actually, you know, that's awesome that you went through that kind of experience, and I'd like to learn more about it. But actually, we have a guest on our show right now. His name is. It's up to him what he wants to be named, but we're calling him Thumb with Hair at this point.
Yeah, a lot of people actually been asking for Thumb with Hair to show up.
Really?
Yeah, they're kind of, you know, trying to see, you know, what kind of person Thumb with Hair is, you know, because we mentioned about him a couple of times in the previous podcast, and you know, if you just want to maybe step in and, you know, kind of introduce yourself, you know.
Man,
yeah,
let everybody know about yourself here.
Man, first off, they need to stop calling me Thumb with Hair.
Hey.
Two,
I kind of like it though. I like the name Thumb with Hair. I mean, it kind of suits you in a way.
man, I don't know about that, but y'all can call me Bruce, like Bruce Lee. But I'm not like Bruce Lee. I ain't that good, but
Like Bruce Wayne.
All right, Bruce, bitch. What can you bring today? What can you bring today? What kind of experience?
What are you bringing to the table?
I just want to put a little bit more detail in the turns, man. I was also part of this company. Thing is, I've been let go because I can't really mention much about this company because of previous circumstances with other employees that worked there. But it's just let's just say just do your research on Charles Ponzi, and you'll get the gist.
Hey, don't talk.
But I ain't gonna say nothing more.
I honestly just want to hear the experience, like you went like a year ago today, maybe like something from this company, whether or not it's turn related or, you know, just something that you've learned to evolve from an experience you went through in the past year. Let's hear a little bit more. Maybe it is turn, maybe it's like something else.
Well, a year ago today, I actually just started this company. But let's talk about turn. Man, this is, if y'all ever go on turn, it will be the most just mentally, physically, emotionally devastating experience you'll ever in your life.
All right, so let me give you guys a little bit of a backstory to what this is all about, right? So when you're a project manager for a student turn development, you have to not only outsource every single provider, so every single person that will do work. As a project manager, you don't do work, so you have to find people to do that work for you, and you're supposed to direct them in that way. So once you find those providers, is what we call them, then you direct them and give them incentive to do work, and then get things done in that process. So if you want to touch a little bit more on that, just kind of wanted to update everybody on how that whole work.
I just want to say that, you know, it really depends on how lucky you are on your site, because I did a lot of work on my sites personally. I had to go down. I had to clean carpets when I didn't need to clean carpets at all. I had to clean a lot of units.
Well, as a project manager, when you're not supposed to be doing that type of work, why did you?
Well, you know, it just really depends if you can get the people to help you with the project. You know, because sometimes, you know, people are busy, companies are busy.
So planning
you know.
ahead was a big milestone.
Yeah. And plus, when we did these, we didn't really have, you know, enough amount of time to really prepare for these things.
Right.
Especially when we sourced for different properties that we actually didn't go to. We actually went to properties that we didn't even, like when I got the property that I was going to go to, it was like a week before we started to go. And when I got handed this property, there was like nothing, nobody even really touched it. And I really had to start from scratch within a week.
So you essentially had to pick up a random property in a different spot in the nation you've never been to, and you had to call people to do work for you. Now, how did that pan out?
Sucked pretty bad.
So in Edwardsville, it was no bueno, huh? So what about you? You went to, where'd you go?
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
So Bruce went to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and what'd you experience there?
These things are a lot of planning. Honestly, I've been on 4 of these now throughout just in the last year, and I can honestly say I can run this thing so smooth if I ever create a business to where we like facilitate these, and this is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. But the main thing is just making friends with the property manager. And my property manager was tearing me a new one every single day.
Alright, so
Same here, man.
let me get
No,
this
like I
straight.
had to paint. No, like we think about it.
Wait, let's talk about the project manager, the like the actual customer. So like the property manager. So there's a property manager, and then you have you, which is a project manager. So the customer is a property manager, gets you to do the work. Now, if they don't like the work, then you have to go back over and over again until that work is completed. So the longer and longer, the less amount of relations you have with that customer, then the more work you have to do, essentially. So
Yeah, but
Pretty much. But even then, these property managers nitpick like crazy, man. Like, let's say you paint in the morning. All right, and the paint dries in the evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had do a lot of go backs on painting and dry. I learned how to do drywall repair during these turns. I'm basically a professional painter now.
Oh, really?
But essentially, yes.
I guess your
But-
eyes kind of trained to look at every
Yes,
single wall,
dude.
no
Oh
matter
my
where you're
God.
at
But
now.
like I'll be painting a room in the morning. Now dry in the evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next day is all dry. Property manager comes in and she puts her face against the wall, like and looking straight at it, it's fine. But she'll put her face against the wall and see the different textures, like how the paint's dried.
Wow.
And she'd be like, "Oh my God, this looks like pure crap. Go back. What kind of business are y'all? Y'all are so unprofessional." I'm like, yo, like the only person that will be able to spot this is probably Jesus.
So would you say that the problem you faced there wasn't really the had nothing to do with the providers or like your managing skills? It had everything to do with just the customer.
Yeah, the property manager, man.
It's just
You just gotta build a like. I try to make a relationship with this property manager before I even went on this turn.
Uh-huh.
But my company strictly enforced after I contacted her. Oh, no longer any communication with any property manager. And once I got to that turn, the property manager, like one of the first things she said to me was like, "Yo, you called me one day and I never heard from you again. So what happened?" I kind of like had to told her the truth. I'm like, well, my company pretty much said don't no longer contact you. So I had to like take protocol and do what they say. You know what I mean?
So it kind of seems like the way the customer relationship had everything to do with the way sales and operations ran. Because like, if you think about it, everything that the company provided for you was not nearly enough. So essentially, it was just all about the company that you worked for, not planning. Not planning.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, that's terrible. So how did all right, so both of you, how did this college turn and exploring a different area of the world come to give you an experience that you can take on and live with you forever?
I'll say for me is after experiencing college turn, I feel like I can accomplish anything because, like I said, this is like one of the most like it's like a lot of strategy on
Yeah.
turn as well. It's not you basically, like Matt said, or Matthew.
Yeah,
All right,
that's me.
sure.
That's me right here.
Making sure you have the
I'm
name
still
right.
here, by the way.
Just like Matt said, like you gotta wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. First thing you gotta do is unlock all these doors for the vendors, and you have like 4 or 5 different vendors on site. You have like painters. For me, my turn was a mile long, like a mile. Like I had to drive a mile from one corner to the other. I had 342 houses.
You had the biggest property.
I had the biggest
out of all of
property
us. You
in
had the biggest
entire
one.
company.
Yeah.
I had to service 342 houses.
Yeah, by the way, Eric, or at least some of our old company, the company that we work for, the company slogan was "Make the impossible possible." So you kind of, if that makes any sense, you kind of understand what we were facing, or at least they were facing, because that ain't going to in person.
But the thing is, at the end, we did make the impossible possible, though.
Yeah.
We kind of did. Like
We kind of did. We did. We with the resources that we were given from the very beginning, we made the absolutely impossible possible. Just us project managers did. But I would say that if we were given the necessary tools from the very beginning, the right just strategy, like just planning from a month before these turns, we could have had these turns done in 1 week, 2 weeks at most. My turn was a month long scheduled, but if I had the right planning, I could have got it done in 2 weeks. But our company just didn't plan it right, essentially.
Well, that's pretty cool. But still, you didn't answer my question. How are you taking your experiences from turn into everyday life, or how are you taking that experience and flipping it into a positive?
I'm gonna speak first on that. What I took from that is you actually build a lot more like confidence of what you do, no matter what. Like what Thumbwood here said. You feel like you can do. You feel like you're capable of a lot more than what you thought you were. When you know that you finished that thing, and you feel really good, like, and you feel like I could be unstoppable at one point. Like I can take on anything. Like if I can do this, I can do anything else.
Right. And I'm sure it helped with your communication too, like talking to maybe clients or like people that you work with.
Yeah, and also like taking pressure in, like, and not to explode, and like know how to be like, know how to act professional, and just keep things in, and like try to be calm, and just don't rush into any decisions, like be calm and then make the right decision type of moves. Like it really like helped me a lot as far as like planning and making judgments and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, by the way guys, I'm not sure I didn't mention this, but I actually went through all of Matthew's turn with him. I didn't really do it with Chris because it was a completely different area, and I'm pretty sure he had a lot more help.
And plus he was a Thumbwood hair. So
but essentially, I was Matthew's dispatch officer. I was like the eye in the sky. I literally sat on the phone with him every single day while he was at turn for at least 2 hours. It's like we would all get on the phone. Even an old coworker, Kenneth, we used to just get on and touch base like every night.
Yeah, we used to have like a 4-way call on almost every night just to complain and bullshit.
Yeah, I remember.
And like just talk about how much we just want to like get the hell out of here and just go home. And
he was talking about flying back, like quitting and shit. I was like, nah, bro, don't do it. And I remember actually writing transcripts and shit for him because I felt so bad. It's like he would always be like, man, I don't want to do this, because he was actually getting screwed over by the company we were working for. So I literally, like, on the phone, as he was talking to me, I was like writing down everything that he was saying. I was like,
yeah, all right, let's just tone it down a little bit, making me sound a little bitch over here.
No, it's not even like that. It was just I'm trying to incorporate what I was doing for you. It's like
no, dude, you were a tremendous help during that time.
Yeah.
Like you helped so many people. You did so much work during that time. It was crazy.
Yeah, I tried really
Like
hard.
you saved one of my properties for sure. Like I would have never finished that.
And I just want to give a big shout out to Michael, man.
Who's Michael?
That's my brother, but he helped me a lot. Not really, just kidding. He was actually about to go to my turn, and I was like, bro, I'm about to fail this. But I don't know. I ended up pushing through. But shout out to Fred as well. In our company, man, Fred was probably the only one working. The only one. We had like a couple of at least what do you say, like 3 or 4 different
like dispatch officers
like what you were doing, like. And
it was me and 2 others.
You and 2 others, so like 3, yeah. And what I heard, they provided. I was one of the top leading project managers during this operation. Like we had to do 80 different turns across the nation at one time simultaneously. So we had about 80 different project managers.
So 80 different properties with 3 different services each. So that's 80 times 3. You do the math.
Damn.
Just imagine how much work that is for just being a one-man operations, a project manager on one of these properties, having to do 3 services and making sure that all your providers are on time where they need to be and doing the work properly in order for you not to do all those go backs.
And plus your job was probably like one of the most important, because if we lose like a company that helped us, we wouldn't have time to find somebody. It would have to be on you guys.
Yeah.
Because like we have to like do the work, or like because we have to keep it going. Like we have to make it seem like things are still moving smooth.
I was honestly doing a lot of work with most of the temps. Like I was like on the phone.
That's what I wanted to mention.
Like people would be calling me just to have conversations with me because they'd be so lonely. It was actually awesome. But the thing is, that wasn't even in my job title. That was just like something that I felt like I had to do in order for people to stay sane.
Yeah. But that's what I was mentioning. Like my name was like, I'm like the top person on, like they gave a list out during turn to those 80 different temporary project managers, and I was like number 3 on the list to call. And I had so many phone calls every day, man. They were just like, please help me, I'm stuck, like I'm just dead in the water, da 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 da. And I ain't gonna lie, I had to provide Fred's number to help, and they said myself and Fred, sadly, were the only people that ended up helping them. And they called me a lot, thanking me, like, yeah, thanks man so much, like this definitely helped, because all the other co-workers that are on the list, one, aren't picking up, or will pick up and just say, oh, I have another call coming, I'll get right back to you, but never call them back.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Fred for helping them out.
Wait. I just wanna get in here real quick. So wait. So are you?
Oh, you're Bobby.
Wait. So are you? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you Fred or Bobby Jr. Right? You're Bobby. He's Bobby Jr. My God.
So
see, that's what I'm saying,
all
man.
the Fred
Throwing hair.
call-outs for Bobby Jr. All right, that's me. Hey man. All right. So let's get it straight. So we're talking about turn and stuff. Let's get on to a different subject. I know we're kind of in the main aspect of our job with Magnesi is what we're gonna call the job. Magnesi. Magnesi. That's the company we work for. It's just a code name. But Magnesi, we're actually Bruce isn't working with us anymore, unfortunately, for other circumstances we won't speak about. But we are doing snow removal now, and it's essentially kind of the same stuff, except for on a lot lower scale.
Yeah, I had to do some. I actually took over Bruce's properties that he was supposed to be working on. And I can tell you, if you're doing something like that, if anybody's listening that does the same thing that I'm doing, I feel you, man. I feel the pain. You have to be on there. You have to be on site in the cold, like for like 30 plus hours, like until they finish all the work. No sleep. Like you have to be up.
Yeah. So just to get you guys understanding a little bit more, Matthew here is dealing with around 68 different snow sites around the nation. So his job is just to make sure that all the providers are doing the work and everything's consolidated pretty good. I'm actually, again, I'm kind of the bird in the sky, and I'm like a sourcing manager. So I'm meeting clients every day, and I'm making sure that they're getting acquainted with Matthew here. So I'm doing around 180 different sites, just making sure they're all covered. But Matthew's actually going out there and kind of like
Yeah, dude, that stuff.
strategic work.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, he's like out there, overseeing all the services and stuff. So, you want to talk a little bit about that, or do you think this? You kind of.
What do you mean, like go on site for snow?
Yeah, like.
Well, you don't get sleep. First, you don't get sleep. Second, you probably gonna be prepared to do some shoveling. Probably.
So why don't you get sleep? Because it's like.
Because
snow needs to get removed before like everybody wakes up, or.
Yeah. Like some properties are that way. Usually community properties want it done before people go to work.
Mm-hmm.
We also do some school properties, which they don't
We're
really
the
care.
ones who remove your school, the snow at your school. So we're sorry.
Yeah, if you guys do see me there, well, I don't know if you guys would know if I'm there, but if you do see somebody sitting in a car, bring them a cup of coffee. Like bring them a donut. Hot chocolate or something, make his day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but so snow removal, what do you mean? Just people with shovels outside?
No, we get people, we get companies that do plow, shovel, pre-treatment, like stuff like that. Just our main goal is really to first try to prepare for our snow. That's when pre-treatment comes in. Second is to remove the snow if it snows and it builds up, and then that's pretty much it though. But it sounds easy, but it's hard when you get into it, especially like finding people that have the time, the schedule to help you with the project, and if they have enough resources, because sometimes you would get people and they say, oh, I got all the materials, but end up when it snows they show up with a shovel when they said they had a plow, and that sucks. And then you basically got to try to find somebody to do it either before the next morning comes or within like 48 hours.
Oh, wow. That's insane. Well, it's a little bit of a backstory of Matthew and Bobby Jr. and Bruce.
Yeah, just a little something about what we do.
Yeah,
on a daily basis, probably.
Yeah, day-to-day life. Actually, this is not the only kind of stuff I do. Actually, not only am I the bird in the sky, but I'm actually creating a website for this company that's actually, it could be up there one day. It's actually.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty good on that stuff. It looks better every day. Every time you show me, it just looks way better every day.
Yeah, it's it could be a multi-million-dollar thing one day if I play my cards right. I don't want to.
Hey, so Bruce, so what are you doing these days, huh? Just dicking around, or
just dicking around. That's the term to use,
Mm-hmm.
That about explains it.
Oh, Bruce right now, he just got his new laptop today. He's been playing it like a new toy.
Yeah, so he's gonna be online with me, man. He's actually gonna be able to incorporate some of the processes and databases management.
Well, I'm an idea man. I have a lot of good ideas. I kind of know what's going on in the world.
Look. All right, so Bruce is the type of guy. He has the ideas, right? Like, for example, we played a game a while ago, and he's like, dude, we should build a cave. Like, he has all these ideas. We're like, cool, this is good. Let's start doing it. And then this man's like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else though. Like, you guys can start building this stuff.
Yeah.
So he's the idea guy, but.
You don't want to put in the work.
Yeah,
dude,
man.
I do. It's just that I have so much ideas racing through my mind all the time. Last night I couldn't sleep, and I have a whole lot of business ideas, man, and it just keeps me up at night because I know a lot of these ideas it could make myself and others around me that are participating into like multi-millionaires. I know like other people like passion is kind of but I don't really know what my passion is. All the thing I know is I just want to make my life for my future generation and my mom a better life, and
with
hopefully
currency.
the near future. Cause
with currency,
cause that's been my problem.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's been my problem my entire life. Every single day, man. Like,
there's nothing.
It's always growing up. It's always been a problem.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I feel the same way.
It's ingrained in my head.
I feel the same way. Like when I grew up, like I didn't grow up from a wealthy family, and like it's always been a struggle. Like to see my parents pay bills and all that stuff. Like so, I feel you, man. Like making your goal to have your family have a better life is like like it's you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Actually, I kind of want to touch a little bit on that, like the backstory to that. You know how he said currency and everything. I'm actually working on another project of mine that is. I think I talked about a little bit about it on the last podcast, but it's to incorporate a lot of people all at once with common ideas to, you know, put their heads together and eventually help each other find their passion or what they love to do, and, you know, not in the idea of creating or getting materialistic things like currency or anything like that, but actually, you know, one day in hopes of getting rich and stuff, but, you know, a passion leads to a lot more than just money, man. If you're passionate about what you do and you keep on doing it each and every day, it's like you'll keep on going, like no matter how much money you're making. So that's my main goal in life, is just to find or create a platform for everybody to work on to help each other find their purpose and dreams.
I think that sums up.
That sounds a lot. Why you always summon something up all the time?
Our podcast, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, consolidation of data is like my specialty, man. So especially in conversations, I know how to take all those little pieces and just throw it all together.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're listening, you know, this is probably not the most like, you know, we're really this podcast, I think we're just really talking about what we do.
We kind of did on the fly too.
Yeah, this is really just freestyle right now. You know, we just kind of got together and like, you know what, let's just make a podcast right now.
Yeah, I mean, like most everything that you do in life, I feel that you like, rehearse. Just it doesn't go nearly as well as if you're just
and I like that we do it. I like that we do it freestyle, because that's how we should do it.
Yeah, we're just talking, man. You know, we're kicking back, sharing experiences, and essentially that's the main goal. So hope you guys are enjoying so far, and
also, you know, make sure to follow us on Instagram at
Spotify, of course.
Yeah, of course, Spotify. Make sure you follow us on both of those platforms. And you know, if you guys have any questions or any inputs that maybe you guys want us to talk about, or you have any questions that you want to ask, you know, just send us a DM on Let's Talk Bird Dog on Instagram, and you know, we'll reply or we'll talk about it on our podcast in the future.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have any like ideas or questions about the 1M Corp or the whole idea behind having a platform of people working together to find their passions and their desires and everything together, then just shoot us a DM about it, man. I take all the ideas. I'm a very dynamic person, and we'll try to incorporate each and every single one of your concepts, ideas, whatever you want to call it, into my masterpiece one day. And I hope, my plan is to have it all finished up and all live, all my platforms live by the end of 2019. Of course, things could get delayed because of, you know, some other dynamics, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, Mr. Bruce, you wanna say anything before we end this podcast?
I think that wraps it up.
It wraps it up?
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to stop it yet.
I thought. Okay, all right.
I want to thank Little Dick. I mean, I want to thank Thumb with Hair. Bruce, for tuning in and actually giving us his full undivided attention, unlike last time. I love you, bro. And
yeah, thank you for really stopping by this time.
Yeah, I'm glad you got your laptop, man. We're actually gonna get going on that very soon, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. There's a lot more to come, guys. Acapella this time, but you know, next time it'll be something more scrapped up, and eventually we'll get to the point where we'll just have content rolling out on the weekly.
Yeah. Also, you know, if you guys you know, let us know if you want Bruce to be called Bruce, or you want it to be called Thumb with Hair. You know, I like to see, because I personally want to just call him Thumb with Hair.
Yeah, same here, man.
You know what I mean? Like, Bruce is just kind of dull, man.
You saw a picture of this guy, you definitely
literally a thumb with some, like, it's like a thumb with hair on it. Like that pretty much sums it up for him.
Like, there is no calcium. There's no fucking like actual like nail, bro. There's
just replace the nail with the hair.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then turn it around, you'll see him. You just need to put on eyes, nose, and maybe a mustache. Yeah, this motherfucker got a beard now. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna end this here. Thank you guys so fucking much. I love each and every one of you, and we'll hope to kick it off next time with Let's Talk Bird Dog.
All right, see you in the next one.
Peace out, doggy.
Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 Safe and sound.